Welcome to r/IDontWorkHereLady, where we share stories about folks that are mistaken for employees by irate customers. And the first story is, I don't work here, but I guess I can help. So, a little background, I used to work at a Source electronics store in Montreal a few years ago, 2012. Next door was an EB Games/GameStop location. My friends and I worked at these locations. One afternoon during the summer months, I decided to browse the PS3 games at the EB next door on my break. The scenario is completely ridiculous, but hilarious enough that I still recall it in vivid detail. I'll set the stage. My manager, we'll call him Dave, D for short, my friend at EB, who we'll call Sam, S, and his manager, we'll call him SH Manager, SM, are in this day. Me, hey Dave, I'm going to go check out the new titles on PS3 before I go get lunch. Want a coffee? Dave, sure man, just be back in 30. Me, yeah, no problem. I head out and hang a quick left toward the EB door. As I walk in, I see two older ladies, who we'll call L1 and L2, probably in their 60s or 70s, dealing with SM. I nod at him just to make sure he knows I'm there. He almost always has an attitude problem, so I like to make him aware that I'm a witness to his shenanigans. I hang out within earshot just to make sure he isn't being a complete tool to these sweet old ladies. Lady 1, I have some questions about games for kids aged 10 and up. Lady 2, and I want to ask you about your promotions this week. SM looks aggravated and notices that I'm keeping tabs on him. He turns and scowls in my direction. Ask him. He knows whatever you're asking, he growls, and then walks away from his customers and takes a break in the store's office. I give Sam a look of disbelief, but he just shrugs and continues dealing with his own customer. I turn to these ladies, who have been patiently waiting with looks of disbelief on their faces, and put on my best retail smile and attitude. Sorry about him, ladies. He's special. Now, I don't work here, but I am a huge nerd, so ask me anything. I can probably help you. They start asking about games for kids. Skylanders was popular back then, and peripherals. I got them set up with a PS3 bundle, a spare controller, a box set of Skylanders on top of the bundle. The promo gave them one for free on top. And got Sam to give them a full complement of additional insurance free of charge, because of SM's shockingly belligerent attitude. Not only that, but Sam called his district manager, who came to personally give me a check for the commission. Explained further down. It turns out, both these ladies are the grandmothers of the same grandchildren, so it made sense as to why they were only buying one console. Sadly, this took up most of my lunch break, so I just got Dave and myself our usual coffees and walked back into the Source, just in time to see SM, who eyed me angrily. SM, what the heck is wrong with you? Me, huh? Dave, what's this about you making a sale in his store? Me, explains what happened. Dave laughs at SM. You moron, you told them that he could help them. That's your own fault, you tool. SM, whatever, I'm keeping the commission. Me, like heck you are. Sam made the sale. Let me remind you that I can and will be a witness if you try to screw your employees. SM, F you. You're just a nobody who never buys anything from us. Me, oh, like that PS3 I didn't buy? Or the 15 some odd games I left the store with over the last 4 months? Try again, a-hole. Thankfully, our store was dead. Usually EB was too. The 3 customers in the store were the only ones they had all day. This let me get away with slamming this guy's attitude into the ground. SM, screw you. You're banned from my store. No one insults me. I burst out laughing, and this confuses him. Me, you realize I'm one of your best customers? Your DM will definitely make you overturn that stupid decision. We argue a bit and then he leaves. Dave and I stare at each other in amazement about how ballsy this guy is. The next day, a well-dressed guy walks into our store and asks for me by name. I present myself and put on my usual retail demeanor. Hi, I'm Name. How can I assist you today? The guy looks me over and assesses me. It made me kinda nervous. He then introduces himself. I'm DM and the EB next door is part of my district. I'm a little taken aback. Why would the DM come to see me personally? He explains that the numbnuts next door, SM, has been angering customers for months, to the point that they're boycotting the store. He told me about the call from Sam and handed me a check for my well-earned commission and said I wish we had more guys like you working in our stores. I intercepted the positive commentary from those customers who said you were really helpful and wished you were actually an employee at that store. I'm standing there in a daze, a little stunned and humbled. I tell him it was really nothing. I couldn't just leave them there when SM put me on the spot. I felt compelled to assist. D my retail habits. We have a good laugh, and DM tells Dave, don't let this one go. Also, we'll be reprimanding SM for his horrible conduct. This brought a smirk of victory to my face as I shook this guy's hand. That was easily the best 2 days of my retail career. The second story is, I don't work here, but I am banning you from the store. This just happened 20 minutes ago, and still laughing about it. I was in the Bullseye store with the red vests and shirts. I was picking up a few office supplies. I manage 3 restaurants, and one of the office's supplies ran low on staples and printing paper, and the supply truck won't be until the end of the month. I gathered the items I needed and headed to the check lanes. I heard a banshee-like shrill screaming, "Hey! Hey you!" I look around and this lady has a person who really does work there cornered, and the poor girl looked to be on the verge of tears. SC equals screaming customer. RE equals real employee. Me equals yours truly. Screaming customer. Yes, you, Mr. Manager, come here and discipline your employee. She refuses to help me and was very rude and called me some very bad names. Now, I have read enough of these I don't work here posts, and I always wondered why no one does this. So I gave it a shot. Me to real employee. Is this true? Were you rude to this lovely piece of humanity? Which made her kind of giggle. Real employee. No, I just told her I'm on my way home. I just finished my shift. If she needs help, she can ask someone else who would be more than happy and clocked in. When I told her this, she reached for me. I backed off. I don't like strangers touching me, and I never insulted her. Screaming customer. High-pitched and shrill that would shatter crystal. Liar! You called me all sorts of bad words. When I find my husband, he will have you fired if you don't do something about it. Me. Lady, I'm the district manager. I will ask you to calm down. If you don't, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the store. Screaming customer. What? Well, I am just very upset, you stupid F-word. It's been most distressful. In all my years, I have never been treated so horribly. Me. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you aren't settling down. I'm gonna have to ask you to excuse yourself from the premises, or be escorted by security. Pulled out my phone, speed dial, missed my messages. Screaming customer. But my husband! Me. Go to customer service desk, page your husband, and tell him you will be waiting outside for him while he does the shopping. Now leave this store immediately. I pretend to talk to security on the phone. Yes, we have an unruly customer who needs to be escorted from the store. Screaming customer throws what she has on the floor and leaves screaming, yelling, threatening to sue and shut the store down. I turn to real employee and ask if she is okay. She tells me yeah. She didn't know I was in the store, but glad I was. Real employee. I hope I'm not in any trouble. I just worked a double shift. I just want to go home. I'm extremely tired and hungry. Me. Nah, you're not in any trouble. I don't even work here. After a second or two, it sinks in what I said, and real employee begins to laugh uncontrollably. I told her I manage the restaurant up the street, and she is welcome to come in and have a free meal on my dime. As I leave for the restaurant, I walk through the parking lot and see the screaming banshee customer sitting in a pickup truck on her cell phone. I could hear her muffled screams and crying, and figure I better get the heck out of Dodge. Real employee did come into the restaurant to thank me. I told her the offer for the free meal is still good. She took me up on it but tipped the server really well, even though it was a free meal. We talked and laughed about the banshee, and she laughed even harder when I told her about seeing her sitting in the truck. I told her this is definitely going on Reddit. Real employee says she loves these posts and will be looking for it. So hey, Kate, if you're reading this, you are Reddit famous now. Maybe someone will turn this into a YouTube video, hahaha. Edit. To clarify some confusion, I posted this 20 minutes after she left the restaurant. The next story is, an I Don't Work Here shopping trip? Hey, I've been reading for ages. Just created a name for this night that amused me. I was out for most of the day at another event and got a call from my mother. She was going out to eat with my bro, so she couldn't go shopping with me like normal. However, she said she would drop me off and pick me up, but that meant since she was having a super unlucky day, that I would have to kill 2 hours shopping. I was dropped off with my list and coupons. I decided to take as much time as I could by being as lazy as possible. However, while I was looking for some aspirin, an elderly woman kept darting eyes at me and then looking away. She did this enough for me to say, "Do you need something, darling?" I call everyone darling, or something flattering so no one gets mad at me. The woman smiled. "Yes, where's the dental stuff?" she asked. I smiled. "Next aisle over. Follow me. I have time to kill so I can show you." To which the elderly woman followed me to the dental section. "Now, what did you need? As we have here a mouthwash, denture stuff, toothpaste, and toothbrushes," I chimed. "Always happy to help." "Fix-a-dent," said the elderly woman. "That's right here, along with several other items like Polygrip and this strange one," I said, pointing to the shelf. "Thank you. I have to let your manager know how fantastic you are. What's your name? I don't see a name tag," she said. I laughed. "Thank you, darling, but I don't work here. However, if you need help, let me know," I chimed before strolling off. Shortly later, I was hit with several people asking me to get stuff off the top shelf, which I was surprised, but helped each person before I ran into this family in the soup aisle. "Where's the chicken noodle soup?" cried the mother. "Is it up there?" I pondered as I tried to look at the stock that was stuck on the top of the shelf. You know, the shelf that isn't a shelf. "No, it isn't. Do you have any in the back?" she asked. I laughed. "Sorry, darling, I don't work here, so I can't check. I would love to help you, but I can't," I chimed. "Oops, oh well, I will ask for a rain check," said the mother. She strolled away with her husband and child but stayed in the aisle. While I was looking for soups, someone mentioned the end cap. Curious, I wandered over and saw the soup the mother wanted, so I grabbed a can and went back to the aisle. I stood on my tiptoe and called out, "I found your soup, darling." The woman's face lit up. "Thank you so much," she said and went to get the soup. I went back to my shopping, and again once in a while helping people reach items. Not sure why they asked me, but hey, as long as they're not making a fuss and are polite, why not? I even stopped a couple times to discuss coupons, as there was some on items. Finally, in the checkout, the mother I held before was having an entitled mother moment, which made me roll my eyes, so I started to look around and found some gummy snacks near the register for $1.09, and there was a coupon right next to it for 50 cents off. Cool, something new to try. I ended up discussing this with the woman in front of me. She wasn't interested, but a woman then went to grab some of the gummies, and I told her don't forget the coupon, to which she thanked me and then asked me why a worker was shopping. I told her I didn't work there too. When it was finally my turn, my cashier was thrilled. While I am a couponer, I am nice, and if something doesn't work, I won't push it. And a new mother was now behind me with a rather sweet boy. The mother told her son to watch me carefully, as I was a professional. To which I told her about the gummies, and she got them, saying she would try new things with him. Well, my total came up to the end, and the woman chimed up, doesn't she get an employee discount? The cashier and I stared at each other for a second before laughing. Oh no, darling, I do not. I do not work here, I chimed. The woman looked confused. You recommended items and even told others how to save. Plus, I saw you shopping while I was. You were helping others, she said. I laughed. Oh, I just do that. If I can help someone, it makes my day. The woman was silent but smiled. I paid and went off to wait for my mother and brother. When they showed up, my brother helped me out with my groceries. Why did you say you had hit a snag? Asked my mother, referring to a text I sent her while she was at dinner. Oh, some things were not there, so I had to ask about them, and some people thought I worked there, so I was helping them, I chimed. How? You aren't even dressed like one, growled my brother. Gotta love brothers. He got upset people mistook me for an employee someplace else. The last story is, go right ahead, doctor. So I was visiting my wife, who was laid up on a ward in a hospital. It was early evening and I'd come straight from work. Because of her illness, she's feeling very nauseous, and I approached one of the nursing staff to request a couple of the disposable cardboard sick bowls. They point me towards a supply cupboard and tell me the code. Okay, that doesn't usually happen. I go in and quickly locate what I need, head back to my wife. A short while later, a nurse comes over to remind me blood test results are back for some of the other patients on the ward. I'm just a visitor in a suit, lady. You're gonna need a doctor for that. Thanks for a lot of support in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. Have a nice day.